WXStar brings European weather data directly to your avionics and apps using a Starlink Mini. Besides this unique capability, the WXStar can also work around the Starlink ground speed limit, so you can use the much cheaper standby travel or roam Starlink plans instead of the expensive aviation plans. The WXStar hardware slots directly into the back of your Starlink Mini. It needs no special power supply. It just starts streaming weather data as soon as the Starlink is powered up. Here you can see how the hardware works. On the left side is the Starlink Mini. On the right side is our WXStar module. The small stand that comes standard with the Starlink Mini is removed and WXStar is inserted in its place. Simply connect the power and network cables, then push until it clicks into position. Finally, connect your Starlink Mini power cable to the new power socket on the WXStar. The socket is identical to the original one on the Starlink Mini. Now let's place it in the aircraft. First you see the Starlink Mini alone. Now the Starlink Mini with WXStar attached. As you can see, the required space remains the same. WXStar uses the dead space beneath the Starlink Mini, no additional footprint is required. WXStar adds less than 2 watts of electrical load, so you can simply continue using whatever power supply you have been using for your Starlink Mini already. Now we fire it up for a test run. Please note, your avionics must be FISB capable for this to work. In our aircraft, we use a GTX 345 transponder, which distributes the FISB signal to all other Garmin avionics. Let's take a look at the GTN 750. As soon as the Starlink connection comes online, weather data begins to populate step by step. A full data cycle typically completes within about 5 minutes. Currently we support radar, lightning, cloud tops, turbulence, icing, META, TAF and with some limitation wind and temperatures aloft. Now we will briefly cycle through the different weather products to show you how it looks like in operation. While we have a look at the different weather layers, a few more words about the cost. On the hardware side you will need the Starlink Mini. It usually costs around 300 euros, but we have seen offers as low as 200 recently. Further, you will need the WXStar kit, which currently costs 290 euros plus VAT if applicable. Once you have the hardware, you will need a Starlink subscription and the separate WXStar subscription. The WXStar subscription is 290 euros a year, again plus VAT if applicable. On the Starlink side, currently any subscription which is not linked to any physical address will work. In this video we use the 10 euro a month so-called standby plans, but also travel and roam plans work fine. The WXStar uses very little data and therefore gets around the ground speed limits, which usually would mean you would have to buy the very expensive aviation plans. Obviously, like anything Starlink, that could change in the future. For oceanic use, you will need the much more expensive aviation or oceanic plans. The WXStar does not change anything about that currently. Besides displaying weather data on your avionics, we now see how WXStar will also stream the data to your iPad or mobile device. We support ForeFlight, SkyDemon, Garmin Pilot and in general all GDA90 compatible apps. To receive the weather data, you connect your mobile device to the normal Starlink Wi-Fi. If you let the WXStar work around the Starlink ground speed limit, the Wi-Fi will periodically turn on and off. To avoid any disruptions in your apps, we created the special WXStar iOS app. This app will simply run in the background and buffer the data stream so your navigation apps like ForeFlight, SkyDemon or Garmin Pilot will not notice any interruptions. In general, for all this to work in an ideal way, we recommend using only iPads with built-in GPS or iPhones, which have the GPS built in anyway. To sum it up, the WXStar comes with 2 unique features. First, it can download and stream weather data continuously to your avionics. Currently, we are not aware of any other solution which does this. Second, the WXStar can work around the Starlink ground speed limit. Again, we know no other solution which does this. Therefore, using the WXStar also makes sense if you just want to display the weather on your iPad and not on your avionics. Let's be honest, if you buy the expensive Starlink aviation plans and only display the weather data on your iPad, you can usually get reasonable results with just standard internet-based weather data. But as soon as you either want the data on your avionics or you do not want to pay the expensive aviation planes, WXStar is your solution.